Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So glad you could join me. This is part 16 of Collage of Kittens. As you can see, we're pretty much done with it except for the lower ones. And there we go again. And we will be working on this particular rectangle today. And let's see. Blow that up so you can see all the pieces. And we have this starburst right there. This one has a lot more green in it this time. And we have two together. And we need to check for any more. Very limited on the starburst, that is. Oh, I see one more. Okay. All right then. Then we're going directly to number 8. Hope everyone is doing well today, or as well as can be expected. Okay. I have to find it. It's not one that I've used a lot of. All right. And we have rows. Hopefully, I'll be able to grab enough in rows. So this must be part of the shadows on the side. So we also have the plus sign, but we'll worry about number 8 right now. As always, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. Hit the thumbs up to show that you like the video. Only do the bell notification if you want to be notified when I release a new video every day. They're all plus along there. And as I said, I'm doing the number 8. It's a brighter green, much lighter. Hard to see the number as well, which is how to identify it from the others. And I believe that is it on the number 8. We'll go to the number 2 now. All right. We have some groupings of color of the 2 here. Just a few. I have to okay. I know I saw 3 more. There they are. There we are. Whoops. Luckily, the clay will stay under the diamonds and should not be noticed by anyone because it's so sticky, just like the adhesive. I should say will stay under the drills because these are actually considered to be drills. Okay. They're pretty scattered around, so I am just moving along to fill in where they're at. All right. All right. All right, we have two again, right there. I do not know if I can get three flipped over. Yes, I did. Okay, so there's those three. And there's another set of three. Did I get three flipped again? Yes, I did. Okay, then, whoops, yeah, it grabbed the clay again. I ended up smearing it, but I guess that'll work better than nothing. So, and we'll go ahead and do these. Indeed. A lot more twos than I would have imagined. And there's one. And I need two more for that one. Okay. I see another right there. Hopefully that's it, huh? There's quite a lot of them. Okay, so now we're going to the letter T. And these are quite scattered. At least the ones I see so far. So I noticed that most people who do the diamond dots are giving tips and tricks and other things. But at the same time, they talk mostly about their own personal choices, which to me are not tips and tricks. The only thing I can say about it is it can be challenging, but most of the time it's not. It's just basically, you know, like doing a paint by number, or just, in fact, it's so easy to do because you're just punting them into the appropriate square that the legend tells you to do. You definitely have to use a tray because the tray has lines, and you can just use the ones that come with it. The wax is usable, but don't be surprised if you have to fill it quite often because the wax will stick to the drills and make it so you have to reload up your stylus. I would suggest that if you go to do one, just buy one and try it out. Because if you can't finish even one, then you're not going to want to do this as a craft. So that would be my biggest tip. Okay, we have check marks next. Now, if you did it and you discover you absolutely love doing it, but you found that the packaging for the drills are too much to try to keep them in, because it really is. The best tip that I got was, where do you buy the containers to put the drills in? Well, I purchased mine at the advice of one person, was the best advice I got from the whole 10 or 20 that she toted out, was go to Harbor Freight Company, either online or at their store. We had one that moved in nearby, so I was able to go there. And in the tool section, you can buy, well, tool and containers. You can buy this plastic case, and it has all these little ones inside of it for miscellaneous screws, bolts, nuts, etc., so on. And it's really affordable. And just buy like one. Now, as far as the trays are concerned, if you don't mind putting the drills away every time, then one tray, you can get away with one tray in reality. Now, myself, I ended up buying on Facebook Marketplace. I ended up buying this unit that allows me to keep a lot of trays on, and I just use a tape that allows me to put on it what the number of the drill is and what the legend is. And I use washable. Now, I didn't get this as a tip. So the tape I use is a paper tape. It's a medical paper tape. It's pretty inexpensive, which you can use a pen and write on it. Makes it easy and simple. And it doesn't leave any hard residue behind. It just pulls off very easily. And on the plastic part of the drill holders, the little containers of them, that's what this is, little container. You can see where that's what the number is, and that's what the legend is. I use what they call a glass marking pencil. See, it says peel off Sharpie, and it's a China marker. And you can wash this off and put it back on. You can buy it if you sell China plates, because you can mark glass with it. Excellent stuff to use. You can write on it and then wash it off. Now, it takes a little scrubbing. I use pink stuff. So I might have mentioned in my earlier videos, I used to be a housekeeper. Yep. And you wouldn't believe how often you are challenged as a housekeeper on the type of cleaning that you have to do. And I absolutely adore what's called the pink stuff. It's like using a very gentle, mild scouring powder that's already wetted for you. It's wet down. It's already wet. You can buy it right at Walmart or wherever. And if you put a little bit of that on a paper towel and then rub it on the China marker, it'll come right off. That's what I use. I use that to get it off. And then I can just, once it's dry, you can write right back on it with a China marker. And it's a lot more affordable than using and tinkering with tape. Tape is a lot costlier, and it can be quite annoying. So, and then if you continue to do more and you have more trays, that is when you would need something to stack trays in. And if you, I didn't even realize it until I saw someone advertising one on Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, oh my God, they make tray holders that stack up instead of stay down. And that's what I need. I need a tray holder. And I got mine pretty inexpensively because somebody was reselling it. I really do like reusing things rather than buying brand new, if possible. So that's one way of doing it. But if you're just doing it to do a few, I would not recommend buying a bunch of equipment that you're not going to need and you're going to want to end up getting rid of. It's a waste of money, to be honest, to do that. So, and the only other thing that I really, really liked is the person had suggested this backlighting. Now, these are expensive, this backlighting is. And unless you plan on doing these a lot, and you're going to do it exclusively as a craft, and you're going to do it very often, all the time, for whatever reason, even they are not worth purchasing because they are not cheap. And that's me just being honest. Because you can do this in a well-lit area without using one of these backlights. The backlight, I like it because I believe it shows everything in the videos a lot better. And since I do the videos, I bought one as an investment. So, as an investment, yes, it's worth it. As just occasional or doing one Diamond Dotz picture, not really. It's really not worth it. Now, sometimes you might be able to pick them up like secondhand where someone's reselling one they bought. I get funny about buying used electronics, and the reason is what if it doesn't work? You have no warranty on it. There's no way to get your money back or make the company pay for it. So I usually buy my electronics new because of that reason. I've never had good luck with used electronics. And think about it. Most people don't want to get rid of something that works perfectly fine. That's my opinion. So if they're trying to get rid of it, it kind of reminds me of a used car. They're only letting it go because there's things wrong with it. So I get really skeptical when it comes to that. All right. So number 4 is our next one. Find that and start filling them in. So that would be my thought on the Diamond Dotz art paintings. Now me, I think it's fascinating to watch somebody do something over and over and over again. Just like I like watching mowing jobs. I like watching rug cleaning jobs. I like watching housekeeping jobs. So there's a lot of things that people will do that I'll watch them redo them over and over again. And I'm sure if I looked harder, I might have found more of the Diamond Dotz videos, but I didn't find very many. And as I said, many of them will talk and give suggestions or ideas, or they would do things I didn't like about them. So that's why I didn't get into it. So doing number 4 right now. That one did not go off onto it. I saw another one there. I also see a number 2 now. So I'll probably grab that and put it in. So where did I lose it at? There it is, number 2. All right, so now we have the capital E. Capital E, where are you? There we are. Pretty violet. Okay. We have 2 up here. I'm going to look for groupings first because I do see a few. So we'll go ahead and fill those in first as a way to get through them. Lost one there. This one has the most, I think I've seen in the whole picture. Interesting. Okay. All right, now I think I see mostly singulars. So we will start filling those in. Okay. Oh, another thing I liked that she suggested was to get a stylus that was heavier so your hand doesn't experience so much fatigue. And I actually bought this one and it was quite inexpensive. And it had the rose gold tips and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure I spent less than $20. Some of them on the handles, they charge ridiculous prices on them. I wouldn't pay for that. And another reason I wouldn't is, when you think about it, if you don't like doing it, you discover it's really not for you. That's a lot of money spent that you end up not ever using. So definitely curb impulses to buy a lot if you've never even done a diamond dot art painting before. Okay, now we're going to do the rectangle with the line through it. It's definitely not so if you're thinking of buying one for someone that you know, a diamond dot art kit, do not get it for people who cannot sit for long periods of time and does not like tedious things, because it's a repetitive action over and over again. I've seen a lot of people get these for young kids, and if the child does not have any patience, they are not going to like this as a craft, because it definitely is, again, like I said, a little bit more on the tedious side. So it takes quite a bit of attention span, ability to just keep doing the same thing over and over. But if you know someone who enjoys sitting, and per se, I've done a lot of crafts in my time. I know how to knit, I know how to crochet, I can do needlepoint. Oh my goodness, there's so many different crafts that I've done. And one of the problems I've had with a lot of them is that the type of craft, it's not to say I can't do it. It's just I don't like the type of tediness it requires. But I find this really enjoyable. It's easy to stop, walk away from, restart. You can group off the areas to make it smaller and manageable, so you're not getting adhesive. You don't want to get adhesive on your hands. And yeah, it's definitely one that I this is, I want to say, my 4th one that I've worked on now. It might be 4th or 5th, somewhere in there. And I'm still enjoying every bit of it. Some days is a little bit more challenging than others. Okay. And I happened to notice that I also missed a T. So I'm going to put away the rectangle with the line now. I don't see any more. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a T and put it in, since I had already done those. And get that one that I missed filled in. There we go. Now we're at the plus sign. Of course, I can't wait to start framing these as well. Still a little slow on it. I bought my canvas stretcher. I was watching Burgermeister. Beautiful art restoration guy. I'll tell you, if you like watching painting art restoration, I definitely recommend Burgermeister. And I love his voice. He has such a calming voice. And it's so cool to watch and see him work on paintings. And I realized, guess what? I need a canvas stretcher. I totally didn't realize it. So I had that. I picked up a used table saw to rip my boards with. And let's see, what else did I have to have? Oh, one thing I haven't picked up yet is the nailing gun. Still need to get that. But I'm getting close to getting everything. Over right at the end of the week last week, just before the weekend, I way overdid it. Like, I overdid it so much with the side where I had the hip surgery that all the muscles in my legs were seizing up for the whole weekend. It was awful. It was painful. When I went to physical therapy, she ended up using a massager machine on my leg because it was so seized up. We're going to do letter S now. So I am not eager to do that again. That was pretty painful. Yeah, pretty painful. And so I don't think I'm ready yet to start doing the putting these canvas sheets yet on frames. So I need a bit more time, which is fine, because I'm sure once I get used to ripping the wood, getting everything ready, and then I can see that being a bit faster and easier than it is doing this particular work. So I can do just the pictures right now. It's gonna have to be good enough at this point. And maybe in another month, it's only been 5 weeks since my surgery. So I'm definitely not healed yet. All right. I believe that's all of the letter S's. And next we're going to do W. But yeah, it was such a relief when the muscles unknotted themselves. They hurt. And it's because I was hanging that Roman curtain and I had to keep getting up and down, up and down. Ah, I missed that S. How do I do that? Like, I check and I still end up missing one. Okay. Got some stray W's here in the center that we can get done. Then we got two different groupings of them. But first, let's go ahead and... So yeah, from going, even though I kept climbing the ladder and going up and down the way I'm supposed to by my physical therapists and whatnot, doing it as many times as I did, I overstressed the muscles in my leg, which then was pulling and hurting, and it was just awful. Just awful. Yeah. And sometimes when you knot up muscles, well, they just don't unknot themselves right away. So I spent the whole weekend in pain because the muscles were knotted up. And because I had trouble with that Roman shade. Come to find out, I had made it too narrow. I did not measure in the center to make sure it was the right amount. I assumed it was because when I folded the sides and sewed it, I thought it was the right width, and it wasn't. In that particular window, it had been readjusted in size, believe it or not, 5 times. So on the 5th time, on the closest to the window part, was the correct size of what I had done. So I took the clips, because it's the newer one that has the clips to it. I took the clips and I redone it, but before I did that, I noticed that all the woodwork needed repainted, so I took and repainted 2 different window frames, and just it went on and on and on, and I kept getting up and down the ladder, and yeah, so I did it to myself, and I'm just not eager to do that again. And so I cannot use the table saw yet. I cannot be doing heavy duty work yet. So until I'm more healed, I cannot make videos on that yet. Okay, so letter N, and it looks like only a couple of them. I just have to find them. There they are. I always forget that these are a tan color, even though they make the color that it sits on a greenish color. And I believe that's it of those. And then we have the old-fashioned and sign. We have quite a lot of those, more than I normally have. In fact, I can do a couple of the really big ones. But as you can imagine by hearing me, I am quite used to being quite active and my body cooperating with me and doing what I want to do, how much I want to do, and what I feel like for as long as I want to. And, well, things change when you have surgery. Yeah, because your body doesn't necessarily cooperate with you. So, oh, somehow I had an extra one right there. And speaking of that, that's another good reason why I really enjoy doing this type of thing, which is the diamond dots, is because I'm used to keeping my hands engaged in my brain. So this allows me to keep myself engaged. All right, so now I'm going to switch back to the smaller stylus to do the small fill-ins now. Now normally I would be trying to watch TV. Not that I enjoy it a whole lot anymore. It's just so much garbage. I missed a few ends right there. Look at that. Well, I guess I'm going to be taking that back out. I didn't even know they were down there. There was just so much green I couldn't tell. And now that I've gotten all the plus greens out of the way, I can see the 5 ends I missed. All right, so we will retake that out and do those. Now you know what I meant by you kind of get color blinded as well as legend blinded, because there's just so much your eyes can't decipher what's there until you start taking stuff away. All right, now we got a lowercase v. Okay, then we have a few scattered down and below. We'll do the groupings after I get this filled up. Okay, that seems to be of them other than what's up above. So we'll start filling this in. And we have 3. Well, how come you didn't come out? And then we have a capital B right there. But yeah, in these days and ages, if you're going to do stuff, you definitely have to be more money-wise. I know that a lot of people are feeling the pinch these days. So, and with that said, and being a north living person myself, anyone who lives in the north knows that unless there's a lot of stuff that you like to do outside during the winter, you're going to be stuck inside. And it can be quite boring. That's when more people read and things like that here in the north. Okay, we got the musical note now. We have just a few over in that area that I can see. So around here, a lot of people start doing indoor activities to keep themselves occupied. I personally think that it makes better sense to, like, do home decor and whatnot in the summer here, because that's when you're indoors. That's when you have nothing else to do. That's when you should paint. And a lot of paints nowadays have a low chemical smell, velocity smell, and contaminants. So it's safer to use them indoors. And you could always open a window and let out the air. Okay, we have capital D now. So there's always that as well. Or if you're really worried, wear respirators. There's a D. There's one. And then we have 3 in a row right there. Okay. Then we have a double diamond next to each other. To be honest, I think it's like the only one in the grouping. Okay. So, a double diamond. And I see an E I missed. That's the double diamond. I believe I saw one. Yes, right there. So I missed a capital E that I had done. I'll just reach over and grab one and put it in. There we are. Now we have the U-turn. We have a few of these. They seem to be scattered. Okay. Here's one. There. Okay. That appears to be all. Now we have the letter P. So yeah, I do believe him. With the prices these days and the cost of stuff going up, that many people are being much more conscientious of what they're spending and what they're spending money on. I can't believe the price of groceries. Oh, I think I did those rants already before. So, if you're the kind of person that likes to listen to the TV but keep your hands busy, this is a good way to do it. I think making videos for YouTube is definitely different and challenging. Okay, that finishes P. And then we're going to move to lowercase e. And I do consume a lot more YouTube than any other outlet sources. So I don't do Instagram. I don't do TikTok. I'm not on many other sites as well. So YouTube is about the only one that I really use, I want to say, other than eBay. And even then, I only go on eBay and Facebook for some shopping. Most of my Facebook, nobody knows who I am on there, and I choose to keep it that way. So I just wish I could understand how to do shipping on eBay. I mean, not eBay, Facebook Marketplace. I just don't get the shipping. Okay, and then we have the 3 triangles together, as in, so on eBay, you get to, like, there are large items that I will actually box up, weigh everything, and then put in the exact thing into the shipping. It's called calculated shipping. And then no matter where you are, whether it be overseas, in the USA, wherever, when you look at my item, it will show you how much it will cost to ship it to you. And every place is different, whether it's 20 miles away or 200 miles away or 1,000 miles away. It will calculate the cost that it takes to ship it to you. I do have more of them double diamonds. They're right down here. I didn't even see them. And that way, everybody knows how much it's going to cost. I can't understand Facebook's. I don't want to way overcharge, but if somebody orders, say that they'd order one of these paintings after I've put it on the stretchers and nailed it and everything, they should only have to pay what they should be paying, but I can't see where they calculate it. Like, I'm supposed to guess? I don't get it. Q and a Q. I missed a capital B too. So we're going to put Q back. We're going to grab a capital B because I have already done those. I just missed one. Let's do M. And because I don't understand it, you know, I just feel that some people are being overcharged for shipping on Facebook Marketplace because the shipping doesn't make any sense. And I like to calculate it that eBay does. That way, if you only live 20 miles away and it costs $3 to ship something really small to you, then it's only $3. But let's say that you're in California and you order it and they want $5 to ship it. Well, that's what you pay. You pay the $5 that it took to ship it to you. And people who live closer may not be necessarily paying that. I missed a T, so there's that one. And then we have like one R, and we're going to fill that in. All right. We're really getting down there now. So again, I'd like to really thank everyone for joining me. And I so appreciate you. And I hope that you're all doing well, or as well as can be expected. And I do hope that you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. If you know anything about Facebook shipping and know how to figure it out, please do comment. It would be awesome. Ideal suggestions, how you're doing, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And hit the bell notification only if you want to be notified. Now I gotta try to find 3. And of course, until next time, I hope to see you then.